What do you know? Another high carb athlete talking about consuming 120 grams an hour for a 100-mile race. What they failed to mention is that they've been doing this and practicing this for quite some time. I know right now there's so much hype and so much talk about high carb and or some diet that is working and you must do. Don't get fooled, people. Everyone is doing something a little different because we are all so different. The biggest thing that you should know when training and fueling for a race that you are going after is to do what you've been doing in training during your race. Don't just wing it. And definitely don't hear something and then think that you can do it too. As an ultra running coach, I encounter and experience so many people coming to me saying, I saw this person's doing this type of diet in their training, or I heard this person's consuming this much food, and I think I need to do that. Okay, Stephanie, it looks like you're barely consuming 20 grams an hour. While you're out there training, I doubt you can go from 20 to 120. So let's get into what you should be doing during your long runs and how you should tackle trying to become a average type consumer of nutrition to something higher carb and see if that actually works for you. Because I hate to tell you this, sometimes it doesn't work for everyone. Before we get into the hype on high carb, I am a USCA certified ultra running coach, and my base, what I recommend if I have anyone coming to me, is the traditional try to consume at least 45 to 75 grams of carbs per hour. Now, I know there's hype on the high end, and I know some people are trying it, and I do encourage it. If you think you can get in that much nutrition in an hour, please try it. But my biggest concern is don't go from 0 to 100. So, if you're someone that's consuming right around 30 to 40 grams of carbohydrates an hour, don't try to go to 75 right away or 100 right away. I'm not going to lie, it's going to suck. You're going to be full, you're going to feel it, you might have to shit your pants, and honestly, you might throw up. So, what to do instead? The best thing is to consistently practice during your long runs. And sometimes you can even practice during your hour runs. And what I mean by that is introducing a little more food during and or right before your run and then going out and taking the run super easy. Mind you, I'm not telling you to try to consume 60 grams of carb every hour on every run. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're new to nutrition, that is a good way to try to see how your body handles it. And or if you want to try some nutrition and not completely ruin your long runs, you can try that new nutrition during a shorter run to see how your body handles it. And then if you have GI issues, you can handle that business not while you're running, which is really key. But back to trying nutrition during your long runs. So if you're someone that's consuming, we're just going to do easy math, 40 grams of carb an hour every hour, and you've been doing it for months or years, and you feel a bonk randomly and you're experiencing not as much energy as you're getting longer and longer in these runs, maybe you need to increase your carbohydrate intake. So instead of using calories and carbs, I always try just to reference carbohydrates. It's easier for me, and I'm not going to lie, as an ultra runner, we need carbs to fuel us. It's the energy we literally use during training. So I'm not going to go off of calories because, no offense, you can have something that's very calorie rich, but it can be also high in protein and or fats. I'm talking about the carbohydrates. So in sense of carbs, if you're doing 40 an hour and you want to try to go higher, I want you to try at least 5 to 10 grams extra per hour for your next run. So what does that mean? So for your next run, plan out a mix where it's going to be each hour is 10 to 15 grams higher. So 45 to 50 grams more per hour during that run. And then when you're out there running, consume. If you notice you feel like you're going to throw up, you might be potentially worried you're going to crap your pants, or you feel that huge slosh in your stomach, settle down. It's okay. You're going to feel uncomfortable the first couple runs. Honestly, I always like to tell athletes it's anywhere between 2 to 4 runs. I feel like the first run absolutely sucks. Things don't go well. You feel full. Your body's not used to it. The second run, it's about the same, but then you get done and you're like, actually, it wasn't so bad. The third run is where I swear it's like the make or break. You either consistently are having that uncomfortable feeling where you might need to go back and dial it back a little bit, or you're starting to be like, I think I can handle this. And then you go to that fourth run, you're like, boom, my stomach feels great. With that being said, you're like, holy crap, that's 3 to 4 weeks of having to see if this nutrition works. And then I have to increase it more if I want to increase it more. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. And the reason being is because your body's just not used to consuming that many calories and that many carbs per hour. A normal day, we do not consume food like that. A normal race, you're used to consuming less. So try to introduce the food and slowly ramp up that feeling and that amount of food that you're going to be consumed so your body can handle it during a race. And that goes to say, like, try this as soon as possible. Don't wait till last minute. If it's too last minute, you don't have enough time for it to use and feel super confident in your race. Because if you don't feel confident about your nutrition, it's not a good sign. But do it sooner than later and test it slowly. If you realize 45 grams feels awesome and it doesn't bother you, go to 50. If you realize 50 grams feels great and it's okay to deal with, maybe try 55 and see how that goes. Slowly adjust and slowly bring up the nutrition and see how it goes. If you don't, and you're just like, you know what, Liz, I don't believe you, I'm going to go from 40 grams to 80 grams an hour and see how it goes. You're right. It could work. You could have no GI issues, but the odds are very slim. And the chances are that you're going to have horrible GI issues. Your stomach's going to feel crazy, and you may honestly puke or poop your pants. So I don't recommend it. Take it slow, adjust week by week, and then see how that feels and continue to go. It's never going to be rainbows and unicorns every single time. Some runs are going to feel real good. Some runs are going to suck really, really bad. And now you may be asking, like, how the heck am I supposed to consume so many carbs in such a short amount of time? An hour is very short if you think about it. And as someone that has tried so much during my training, I would have to say, start with the basics: gels, liquid calories. I actually know a lot of people that don't know much about liquid calories. So, liquid calories is a pre mixture of carbohydrates, usually some sodium, sometimes some caffeine. That is a powder that you stick in water, you shake up, and you drink it. Highly, highly, highly encourage you to do that. It's liquid. You always need liquid. You need hydration. Hydration is so important. Don't even get me started. But you also are drinking the calories. You're not having to put too much energy into it. You don't have to chew it up. You don't have to worry about, oh, this doesn't taste good. You just shoot that crap back and you consume liquid calories, liquid carbs. It's the liquid courage that we want as ultra runners. I highly encourage that. There are gels, chews, blocks, fruit snacks. There's so many things within the ultra running world, but there's also things in your normal day-to-day life. And that is such as candy. I know tons of people that are on the nerd clusters kick. I'm not gonna lie, I don't get it, but please don't hate me for that. What I do love is some Swedish fish. I love some fruit snacks. I am like a child at heart and could eat anything and everything that is like child made. So anything like that, something chewy, like I know peach rings. I mean, there's genuinely so much candy out there, and a lot of people like the like sweeter, chewier things. I get that. I completely understand it. I know people that will eat Snickers bar or eat a Twix bar out there. So I mean, more power to you. I feel like for me, I live in Florida. Things get hot and really mushy, and I do not want to try to consume anything chocolate while I'm out there. But some people do enjoy that. And then we kind of go on like the normal food aspect that I like to encourage. So something I personally like is applesauce. They have the children go squeeze packs or something like that. I destroy those. They're easy to get in. They are a little heavier in the stomach, which I like. There's also like the cup of fruits. I mean, cup of fruit. It's delicious. It's, easy to eat, all that good stuff. There is things like chips, pretzels. Something I've been like low key telling people recently because I secretively like it, and it's like a nice little treat, and it takes me back to my childhood. Is like the oatmeal cream pies. They're amazing. They're easy to eat because they're delicious and they are soft and gooey. And so it's not like you have to chew a lot. I will be 100% honest. Chewing gets so annoying when you're out there. And especially if you're out there for a 100 miler or 200 miler, chewing feels like a chore at time. And if you can do something to not chew, but get a solid piece of food in your mouth or in your stomach, I highly, highly recommend. So oatmeal cream pies are amazing. Like you could literally have cheeseburgers. You could have quesadillas, grilled cheese, PB&Js. There's an endless. I mean, you could literally eat pizza out there. I did. I have. I've consumed a McDouble and a Coke for the last like probably even longer than that, but 4 to 5 hours in my 200-mile race. The option of food is endless, and I'm sure you've seen all over social media Only consume the things that you know are going to work during your training, because don't go outside of the realm or you're going to have GI issues. I'm here to tell you a little secret. So, don't kill me. And I literally do tell people this, and I always preface with saying, this is my own opinion. This is something I have experienced, and I have seen and heard of athletes doing it multiple times and always having success. Believe it or not, your body will tell you if it can consume something and if it wants to consume something, just by this thing right here, your nose. Your nose. I mean, believe it or not, our senses are immaculate. And when you're completely depleted and hating life and just not sure what to do in the world, and nutrition or the gels that you've been consuming for 6 hours are not going in very well, if you smell a certain food, your body's going to tell you if it wants it or not. Sometimes it does trick you, and I'll get to that in a second. But a prime example is like, if you're not feeling the nutrition that you're consuming and you go to an aid station and a bag of chips look good, take the bag of chips. I know, don't kill me. If you haven't consumed chips in your training run, everyone says not to do that. But I will be 100% honest. Sometimes you can realize really quickly if your body's going to accept it or not. The one is through smell, and then testing the food that you're going to try. So a lot of us as ultra runners panic, we consume a whole bunch of food, we're eating, we shove all of this food in our stomach, and then we go out and start running again. And then we throw up. Of course you threw up. You consumed a whole bunch of food all at once. Your body is freaking the heck out, doesn't know what to do, and then you start jostling around and running, it's going to throw up. So my advice is to take the food that you want. So maybe it's a cheeseburger. Like, I've never consumed a cheeseburger in a race. I've ate cheeseburgers a ton during my everyday living, but I've never actually ate one during a race. One thing, you've tried it outside of the world of running and you like it. That's great. So when you go out, take the food with you. Don't stay in the aid station. No one wants to waste time, right? So take the food as you're walking, consume a little bit, see how it feels. Can you swallow it? Does it sit in your stomach well? Wait 5 to 10 minutes, try another piece, have another bite, wait to see how the body reacts. If everything's going good, I'm saying that food is okay for you to eat. Take it slow, don't consume super fast, and maybe walk while you're consuming. Obviously, this is for more of your everyday type runner, not someone that is running super hard or super fast, because there's a good chance that it's going to upset your stomach, yes. But I encourage athletes to do this because there is going to be a moment in your long race that things just don't work out and you still need to get in calories and carbs. So what I recommend is trying that test or drinking your calories. Drink soda, drink juice, drink Gatorade, try liquid calories. Do all of the things that you can to get the calories, the carbs in your belly, in your stomach, and going. What I also have to say, and I haven't mentioned, and this is kind of a whole nother topic, but if you are doing longer distances, 100 to 200 mile plus, I do encourage for you to consume protein, but to test that your body can handle that protein before you go out and try it and run. I know people that will drink protein shakes, like a little bit of some, or even a full thing of a protein shake. But if you consume too much all at once, I'm going to guarantee you're going to have GI issues. So just being cautious, being aware, making sure you're hydrated as you're running. A lot of people are all about being high carb, having all the fueling, but don't forget, water is 10 times more important. You can last way longer with no food compared to if you have no water. So make sure you're hydrated. A lot of issues with GIs and having pooping problems are because you're underhydrated, not because you're underfueled or you're consuming something that isn't working in your stomach. A lot of times, I have to say, people are dehydrated and they're eating way too much and their body can't absorb and actually digest the food that's in their stomach. So they end up having GI issues. So stay hydrated and consume all of the food that you can in a smart way and go out there and run your best race ever. Let me know if you guys have any questions, any concerns about nutrition and things that you should and or shouldn't do in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for listening to another episode of Lessons with Liz.